Hello students, good morning. Hope you all are well. Today we will start a new chapter. Before that, I have to tell you, I have taught you one chapter, the desert region, and I have also given you question answers and exercises. I ask you to please write those question answers and exercises in the copy. Okay, question answers you write in the copy, exercises you fill in your book. I hope you have done that. Exercises in the book and question answers in the copy. Today we shall begin a new chapter in your subject social study. According to your half yearly portion, after chapter 6 you will have chapter 10. What is that? Lesson 10, India wins freedom. Okay, India wins freedom. So we have to see first thing in our life. If you will look at the book, first open your book, take the book in your hand. Okay, page number 47. Okay, on page 47 chapter is India wins freedom. Now in the first paragraph, introduction to the chapter is given. We know that none of us like to live in slavery. Would you like your mother and your father close you in one room and they tell you live in this room only all the day you have to wear? For example, we can see now because of this pandemic of COVID-19, we are tied up at home only. No? We can't go out. You can't go to the now parks much. You can't go for the shopping. You can't go to the malls. You're tied up at home. You feel so bored, na? The life feels, you feel maybe very bored. Okay, and you can imagine then what is freedom. Freedom is you want to enjoy everything as you want. As you want means your freedom should not affect the other person's freedom, should not harm the other person. Okay, so everybody of us likes to live a free life, na? Freedom. Neither the animals nor the human being. Even if you will see the animals tied up or put into the cage, the birds, they don't like to be in the cage. They like to fly in the sky. The dog doesn't like to be tied. Just you open it, it will run around. Now, animals also like freedom. Human being also love the freedom. Okay. So freedom is a fundamental right. Fundamental right means it's a Maulik Adhikar. This is our right. Okay. To live. There you have many other rights also. Right to speech, right to live in any part of the country, right to follow any religion. Okay. So right to expression. You have 6-7 rights. Okay. So we have today to see the how just now you have celebrated 15th August. Why did we celebrate? We celebrated it to commemorate or remember all those who fought to get freedom for us, all freedom fighters. So freedom is what we have achieved after a long struggle. So first slogan says, Bal Gangadhar Tilak says that freedom is my birthright and I shall have it. That I am born free and freedom is my right and I want to live a free life, free from the Britishers at that time. Okay, so second paragraph says a few, like as I have written, fundamental right, freedom. There are other also, right to speech, right to expression, right to live any part of the country, right to follow any religion and many other. And second paragraph says that India was a golden sparrow. Many centuries back, India was a very wealthy nation, very rich nation, and many people wanted to come from other part and wanted to roll over it as it was very prosperous. Okay, that's why it is called as golden sparrow. Okay, so many centuries ago India was very wealthy and people wanted to come from all over the world to rule over it. Okay, so but afterwards all that was gone. Okay, Now third paragraph says the era changed, the era of India being a golden sparrow changed when Prithvi Raj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori, a Muslim king from Afghanistan, defeated Prithvi Raj Chauhan in 1192. This is the second war. In the first war was in 1191, in which Prithvi Raj Chauhan won the battle. Okay. Again, the battle was fought in 1192, in which Muhammad Ghori won the battle, and Mughal rule began in India. Okay. So this was about third paragraph. All right. So third paragraph is that in 1192, Muhammad Ghori, what we say Muslim king from Afghanistan, defeated Prithvi Raj Chauhan, and the Muslim rule began in India. All right. This was about the introduction of the chapter. Okay. All three said fundamental right, freedom. We all want to live a free life. Bal Gangadhar Tilak also said that freedom is my birthright and I shall have it. But our freedom should not harm other person. That doesn't mean I am free to do anything. You are free to do, but your freedom should be limited to you, should not harm others. Golden sparrow, India was in the beginning a golden sparrow. People were attracted to India to rule here. Then the time changed. In 1192, Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithvi Raj Chauhan and Muslim rule began in India. Okay. Now we have to see what is the next heading in your book. European merchants in India, isn't it? So look at your book. You have third heading, European merchants in India. Okay. European merchants. Merchants means the traders, the business. Okay. The European business or the trade in India. Okay. So from Europe, the Dutch people, the Portuguese, the French, the English, that means Britishers, all these people came here in India for the trade. And in 1600, English, that means the Britishers, established East India Company in India. That is the gist of the paragraph. Okay. So India goods were in demand a lot. Whatever goods were there, they were demanded a lot all over the world, especially in European market. What were the goods? What were the things? See, they demand cotton. Okay. When you will go in higher classes, 7th, 8th, you will read more about. So cotton was demanded in Europe, silk cloth was demanded in Europe, medicines, perfumes, precious stones, spices, okay, work of art and many other Indian articles were demanded in European country, okay, market. So these things were so much liked in European market. People wanted these things from India. The spices, the cotton, the silk, the medicines, the perfumes, the art, all that. Okay. So which are during the Mughal period. Okay. During the Mughal period, the Muslims were ruling. The Mughal period began. That time what happened? The Portuguese. So during the Mughal period, as I told you, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French and the English, Britishers established or their companies to have trade in India. Okay. So French established their companies in India for the purpose of trade. So they set up their one company or their own companies to have trade with India, buy the material from India and then send to the European countries. They themselves are the European countries. Okay. So the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French and English. And in 1600, English, that means the Britishers, established a English East India Company. Okay, that is your European merchants in India. Understood? Okay. Next we have the British gained a firm footing and came to power. Among all these, they also set up their company, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French. But among all these four, the English were the one or the Britishers were the one who firmly established in India and started ruling in India. You have British gain a firm footing. That is okay. So what is the next heading we have? The British gain a firm footing in India and come to the strong power. So look at the paragraph. The British soon set up a trade centers in many places on east and west coast of India with the permission of Mughal Emperor Jahangir. So they took the permission from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir, and on the eastern coast and the western coast of India they set up many trade centers. Who set up? The Britishers. Okay. In order to earn more and more profit, the British began to flout the rules laid by the Indian rulers. To get more gain, more profit, to gain more profit, what they did? They started breaking the rules, whatever were made by the Indians, and they started making their own rules. Okay. So British merchants began in Bengal misuse the trading facilities granted to them. So what happened? In Bengal also they were given permission, okay, for the trade, but they started misusing their permission. Okay. So they were, whatever rights were given, whatever permission were given, they started just denying, and they started doing whatever they wanted. So there was a battle between the Britishers and Nawab of Bengal. Who was the Nawab? Sirajud-Dowla. Okay. The Mughal Subedar of Bengal took stern action against them. Okay. So the British merchants and the Sirajud-Dowla, the Mughal Subedar of the Bengal. He was the Subedar of Bengal. Okay. Mughal Subedar. Subedar was the person who was given a territory to look after it. So he was the Subedar of it, commander, and he was, when he came to know, then he had a fight with the Britishers. Okay. He started taking stern action against all those, or strict actions, those who were not following the rules or the permissions with the Britishers. So he was against the Britishers. So there was a war between the Britishers and Sirajud-Dowla in 1757. Okay. And that was the Battle of Plassey. So Sirajud-Dowla was defeated. Okay. In that war, Sirajud-Dowla was defeated. Again there was a battle in 1764, Battle of Buxar. Okay. Is that battle was of Buxar was there were other parties also, those who joined to fight against the Britishers, Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Oudh. Okay. Mughals, this all Nawabs of Oudh or Bengal, they joined together to fight with the Britishers. So in this also Shah Alam II fought the Buxar battle and he lost that also. So this is how British merchants came to be the ruler of Bengal. So they became the ruler of Bengal because they kept defeating those who were fighting against them. Clear? So we have also seen battle of, which battle? Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey. The first one was your Battle of Plassey. Okay. And another one was Battle of Buxar. Alright. It was in 1764, 1757. Alright. So the Britishers fought this battle with what we say Shah Alam II and Sirajud-Dowla. They were defeated and Bengal was ruled by the Britishers. This is how they were becoming more strong in India. Then we turn the page 48. In next 50 to 60 years, the British increased their power in India, and slowly they captured all places and they became very strong. In 50 to 60 years, they were the ruling all over India. They defeated Sikhs, Maratha, and annexed number of states. So there were Marathas ruling in Maharashtra, and if you go, Punjab was ruled by the Sikh. All these areas were annexed. Annexed means they defeated them and their areas were mixed into their territory. So the British Empire became more big. They conquered Bengal and they defeated Maharashtra, what we say Marathas, and Punjab, that means Sikh. So all this area became their territory. Okay, so British who came to trade with this Indian became the rulers. So they had come here to trade, but now they became the ruler of India. They were ruling India now. They exploited the wealth of this country and sent it to their own country. So they kept on misusing the wealth of India and sending it to their own country. So the current anger ran all over India. So people became very angry by seeing all the situation, and they became against the Britishers. Then comes the revolt of 1857. Okay, the revolt of 1857 we will see tomorrow. Okay, so this is for today. Today we have seen the introduction that freedom is the right of us, but our freedom should not be misused. Then India was a golden sparrow, and then what we say, the Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated in 1192 by the Muhammad Ghori. Then European merchants came in India for the trade, the Dutch, the French, the Portuguese and the English. And in 1600 the Britishers established the East India Company, and slowly they took over India. Especially they took over the Bengal. They had two battles here we mentioned, Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, and they took control over Buxar. Slowly they took off Punjab, and also they defeated Marathas, and then in 50 to 60 years they completely took over India, and the Indians became angry with this. Okay, then comes the battle the revolt of 1857, that we will do tomorrow. Thank you, and read the chapter again, underline what you have not understood. You can ask me on Saturday what you have not understood, and I can re-explain to you on the coming Monday. Thank you.